Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. We have major news to talk about today. Ethereum has just gotten a major endorsement from Jim Cramer. Cardano adds 50,000 new staking addresses in 3 weeks. Morgan Stanley has perhaps given the greatest endorsement in Bitcoin that you can give, actually buying some. So much to talk about today, so little time. We're going to start the video talking about price and talking about, where I see the price going for the rest of the year. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. The reason why you subscribe to this channel is for daily news, opinion, perspective. We drop a video every day. We keep you informed, and that's just what we're doing today. So let me give you my thoughts on where Bitcoin could go going in to the end of the year. Now, first of all, are we in a bear market? For the past few weeks on this channel, I've tried to share with you not just, my opinion, but also data, real metrics that shows us that we are nowhere close to a bear market, and this is another one. You can see where we are right now is very different than where we were at the top of the last cycle. What we're looking at is number of addresses with a non-zero balance. So basically users on the network. We have not seen a purge of wallets selling everything like we did in 2017. The class of people selling in 2021 are far fewer in number and volume than what we saw in 2017. So another metric that shows us we have not topped out for the year. Before we get to recent news, before we get to Morgan Stanley and Bitcoin, before we get to Ethereum, before we get to Cardano, let's talk about price. Now, in my mind, there are 3 possible scenarios, and I'd be curious to know what you think in the comments below. Feel free to comment on anything we talk about today. And what I'm going to share with you isn't so much meant to be, this is exactly the price I think it's going to be at in exactly the time. This is more like the shape and time of the market. So, first possible scenario I see playing out this year is maybe more of an underwhelming scenario where we go flat for many months and months. It's going to get into August. We're going to get into September, and we're still only going to be at $37,000. We're going to get into October, and we're still only going to be at $40,000, and everybody will pretty much declare super cycle's dead, Bitcoin's dead. But we finish the year, we end at a very modest $100,000. Bitcoin at $100,000 by the end of the year. This, in fact, is my most bearish scenario. Let's move this over here and get to a different type of scenario. Now, in this one, we stay around these current price levels, until August. So people probably are still going to be bearish. But after that, just like we see at so many end of the year rallies, Bitcoin really starts to heat up, and by December of this year or January of next year, Bitcoin gets to $170,000. This is not too bullish compared to some of the price predictions we've seen, and this is not too bearish compared to some of the price predictions we've seen. So this is kind of a mid-level scenario. Now, you could say all of these scenarios are bullish because I'm not a Bitcoin bear, and I understand that point of view. But let's get to my most bullish scenario. My most bullish scenario involves a little bit of a fake out, actually, where right before August, Bitcoin slides all the way down, a little capitulation, to lower 20,000 Bitcoin. That's a big buying opportunity, and that causes a lot of people to send the price rallying higher. Bitcoin gets to about 80,000 by late August. Another dump. They say Bitcoin's dead. But then, by the end of the year, actually before we hit 2021, Bitcoin, $350,000. Now, that's obviously a very bullish scenario, and the exact price is not the point of this. But just so you understand, this is a long-term game, and no matter which scenario we're looking at, right where we are right now, I'm a buyer. So this is what I'm doing, and there's plenty of reason to be bullish. Let's get to the recent news. This is a huge piece of news. Morgan Stanley has just revealed that they are owners of 28.2K shares of GBTC. This is not something that they wanted to reveal, I'm sure, but they legally had to disclose as per SEC regulations and guidelines. This is recent news. As of April 30th is when they bought the shares, and they disclosed just within the last month And what's interesting to me is while the mainstream media is painting this picture that Bitcoin is bad news, that Bitcoin has a lot of problems, that it's dangerous to own Bitcoin, they want you to think that basically this is what's going to happen to Bitcoin. The big players behind the scenes are buying. Wall Street investment bank Morgan Stanley has gained exposure to Bitcoin through Grayscale, offering further evidence of wider institutional acceptance of digital assets. The Morgan Stanley Europe Opportunity Fund, which invests in established and emerging companies through Europe, owns 28.2 thousand shares of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, or GBTC, again, very recent, as of April 30th, which is according to a June 28th filing with the United States regulators. What's most interesting is that the specific mission statement of this fund is this: Morgan Stanley's Europe Opportunity Fund is designed to seek maximum capital appreciation by investing in assets that the investment team believes are undervalued at the time of purchase. So while the mainstream media is injecting fear, uncertainty, and doubt, making you think that this is what's going to happen to Bitcoin, Morgan Stanley and big players think Bitcoin is undervalued where it is today. And when you take a look at what is going on around the world, you come to see that we are early and there's plenty of opportunity in crypto over the coming years. Coinbase has been approved to offer crypto custody in Germany. Now, this by itself may be not such a big deal, but when you subscribe to this channel and we share this stuff with you almost on a daily basis, different things, you come to understand, where society is heading. Coinbase has become the first company to receive a crypto custody license to operate in Germany. You understand that? They're the first, and they surely will not be the last. So Coinbase's efforts to comply with government regulations are not just limited to Germany, as you know. Last week, we reported that Coinbase completed registration with the Japanese financial service agency. Once registered, Coinbase can offer crypto trading of assets like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, to customers in Japan, and now Germany. And, the dominoes just keep continuing to fall. Let me know which coins you think Brian Armstrong and Coinbase are going to list in Germany. Actually, I want to point something out to you. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong just went on record saying we plan to list every single crypto asset we legally can. So your favorite cryptocurrency, if they legally can list it, they're going to list it. So that's pretty bullish for crypto. Pretty bullish for Cardano. Cardano adds 50,000 new staking addresses in just 3 weeks. Platform's total number of staking addresses grew 8%. People who say Cardano is nothing don't see what's going on. Cardano is a major player in the open source dApp platform space. According to data aggregation platform PoolTool, Cardano, ADA, added more than 50,000 staking addresses in just 3 weeks, reflecting a substantial 8% growth in less than a month. Cardano's total staking addresses surpassed the 600,000 milestone in early June as the attention around the platform continues to grow. So Cardano is making moves in user base, in ecosystem, in many different metrics. Cardano is on our radar. And I think a major reason why Cardano is doing so well is because there's obvious demand to use Ethereum, obvious demand to use, the largest market cap open source dApp platform. Ethereum surges 10% as EIP 1559 draws closer. Ethereum shows signs of strength Sunday night. It's currently up 10% in 24 hours, actually 20% in 48 hours. And as you know, Ethereum will launch EIP 1559 as part of the London hard fork next month, introducing a gas fee burn on every transaction. The update is expected to make gas fees more stable and predictable while creating deflationary pressure for ETH. If the network receives enough activity, which we have every reason to suspect that it will, it could make ETH a deflationary asset where the supply reduces over time. So nobody knows what's going to happen with any of these in 5-10 years, but I think in the context of the next 1 to 2 years, very, very bullish. By the way, guys, get your ETH transactions in. Ethereum gas fees are the lowest they've been in 6 months. Nice. Let's talk about a major endorsement that Ethereum has just received, and maybe it's because of stuff like this. Sotheby's to accept cryptocurrency payments for rare diamond auction, not just Bitcoin, but Sotheby's is to accept Bitcoin or ETH for an extremely rare diamond valued at 10 to 15 million. Jay-Z is selling his debut album NFT at Sotheby's for Ethereum. And so when I see stories like this, it makes sense to me why people think this. Jim Cramer likes Ethereum, describes it as a currency. Jim Cramer says that he's been buying Ethereum as he sees that it is more of a currency than Bitcoin. Watch this.
Any new views on Bitcoin? It's held. That you remember you had said if it held 30,000, does that mean you go back in at 30?
I went into Ethereum this time. I went back into Ethereum because Bitcoin held 30. I like Ethereum because people actually use it much more to be able to buy things, and I'm going to continue to buy Ethereum. I just think it's just got a little more game because when you go buy an NFT, anything like that, everybody wants it in Ethereum. It's more of a currency.
Bullish. Have to be. There's too much money coming in. I went back into Ethereum because Bitcoin held 30K. I like Ethereum because people actually use it more to buy things. So he recognizes Bitcoin is the market mover. If Bitcoin's strong, many other coins in the market will be strong. And he's right. It's undeniable that Ethereum is used in DeFi and NFTs. It's being used, and that makes it pretty bullish. So much going on in cryptocurrency. Let's start the week off strong. Let's start the week off right. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Cryptocurrency is just getting started. The mainstream media never reports. We clue you in on a daily basis. I will see you tomorrow.